So I'm not quite certain what occurred at the end with the audio. There was issues, so I ended up editing it out. And to give you a clearer, smoother transition with more professional quality, make sure you stay tuned until the very end. There's a special treat waiting for you. So, without further ado, enjoy the show. So, this video is it's going to be very special and very heartfelt. I uh, I awakened today with a new sense of purpose, and it's clearly energy here. Prepare. Let's do this properly. Tibetan bowl, right? There we go. There we go. So today's numerology is lucky number 7, right? Today's numerology is the 22nd. No? The 23rd. 2 plus 3 is 5, and 12 December is 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8, right? 2024 is 8. 8 plus 8, 16. Deduce it down, you get 7. Lucky number 7, right? So, sleep. What a wonderful concept. When you get your proper rest, then the rest of it makes sense, right? Sensei, senses, use them. You have them, use them or lose them. Hold that thought. When you get your proper rest, short-term memory can be converted properly to your hippocampus, your mind's memory bank, right? Hippo, water, seahorse, campus, the school grounds for students. Long-term memory. It matters because you matter, right? So let's talk about lucky number 7. New lease on life, and let's talk about the future. We're moving into a new year. 8. So the numerology of 8, the year of the dragon. Next year is the year of the snake, right? Can you predict a man's behavior solely on his actions? It's an interesting one, right? Time. What is time? 8, numerically, has been linked to abundance, prosperity, and karma. We're finishing off that cycle. And there's a lot of intense astrological energy coming in that is forcing habits and forcing many people to take a long look in the mirror and change for the better, right? I was sitting in a car with a friend recently and said to him, big changes coming, not just for me, but for the whole world, man. 9, next year's numerology, right? Number of completion. Tesla's 3, 6, and 9. Dragon, what do dragons do? They well, it's been linked esoterically to the Kundalini awakening energy. Dragons protect gold. Gold is alchemy, right? Alchemical, right? Turning lead into gold. The Alchemist. It's the next book on my list to read. So, time and linear and non-linear time in the higher realms. Time some could say it doesn't exist, right? Well, it essentially is another way of saying simplistically that it is simultaneous. All experiences coexist all at once. Oneness, the omniist, right? Or omnism. Omniist? Omnis, right? Oneness, whole. So, I recently uploaded a video about, uh, I recently released a video, yes. And the video uh, meant a lot because because that video, it wasn't just about posting for the sake of posting, right? It was titled The Art of Blind Courage originally, and then I changed it to Walk by Faith, Not by Sight. And in the thumbnail, it specifically has the word time listed in there. Manifestation and nonlinear time. It was originally for a different video, but hey, unpredictability is the name of the game. Uh, Dr. Joe Dispenza, brilliant man, brilliant genius, who co-opted a brand new industry, combining three different aspects of neurogenesis, neuro. Let me backtrack. Okay, epigenetics, uh, neuroplasticity, and third one, epigenetics, neuroplasticity. That's escaping. It'll come back to me, but hey, let's play it out. Let's live in the moment. Follow me on this journey here. The pineal gland is a biological timepiece that allows us to travel forwards and backwards in time. Pineal gland. It's a neuroendocrine transducer with piezoelectric properties, and it has stacked rhombohedrons. Based on the light, the neuroendocrine aspect of it. So it secretes hormones based on light. The melatonin is what allows you to have the sleepiness effect right before bed. So it's important to sleep completely in the darkness, right? Darkness. I'll get into that one a little bit later. Talk about living in the now, in the moment. Mana. No, it wasn't a typo. Subconscious controls about 99% of everything, right? Give or take. Manifest is the correct way to spell. Spelling, right? Casting, projecting. I spelt it as spelt bread. Spelled it as mana. M-A-N-A, not M-A-N-I. Because mana as a noun is a supernatural force believed to dwell in a person or sacred object. Power, authority, a form of supernatural energy in Polynesian religion that inheres in things or people. Right? Let's talk about creativity. So, for a while, I put off reading because I wanted to learn it through experiences. Like I said in the trailer and the intro for this channel, I chose the hard path. Knowing yourself is acceptance of all things. Carrie and I did a video on my Odyssey account on Adventures in Odysseys about how do you know yourself? It's acceptance of all things, acceptance of the good, acceptance of the bad, uh, accepting everything, accept it as it is. And then when acceptance is in play, there's realization that comes with that acceptance and that knowing and that gnosis that there's no need to get upset because all is as it's meant to be, right? And through flow state, uh, used to watch, I still follow a lot of different content creators, taking a step back and not focusing so much on what so many other people are doing. It kickstarts the creativity process. I remember doing a reading with Adele, and she was using the analogy of painting, right? Painting. If you listen to other people tell you what you can and can't do, you're going to have a lunch bag let down. I was at the Royal City Mission for dinner, and it's what a friend of mine said, Jesse. Jesse said lunch bag let down, and I said, I gotta, I gotta put that in the book. Or dedicate an entire chapter to that. But listening to other people, be careful who you listen to and whose information you factor into your life. Because if you take it and run with it, it'll form the basis of your future. And then you'll get a lunch bag let down. You don't know what's in the bag. Cautiously, anyways. Careful, cautious, right? A lot of changes coming. And that leads into homelessness. And no one is ever truly homeless because that's why I use Vistaprint to get a custom Q sweater. Learning a lot about the heart center. And that's why I specifically put it where the heart is. And now knowing that the heart is in fact not a pump. It's a seven-sided diamond known as a chestahedron, right? It's a portal for plasma directly connected to the sun. And the sun is esoterically linked to the light of the world. It keeps our heart pumping. It keeps everything, our being, our essence, full capacity and operational status. Without the sun, no life exists here on Earth. It's that simple, right? The sun. It's amazing how light operates and sound, how that creates light. That's been linked in the Bible and cryptic clues. As they say in esoteric research, the seeker is rewarded. Your tree of life, right? The tree of life. Let's keep that running. So, creativity. Yes, creativity can be deadened or weakened. It's probably a better way to say better or different. As Carrie always says, there's no better, there's only different. I love you, Carrie. So, creativity takes a back step if you're hyper focused and over analyzing things, overthinking. Dell recently taught me that we're not meant to think. We're meant to wonder more, right? When you clear the mind, things come into balance and you can reconnect or reintegrate with the energy of Earth, which is also an anagram for heart, right? Reconnect with our heart, right? There's a reason at a very young age, which just this came to me. Everyone has a favorite color. I chose red. Red, blood, root, the support system, the foundation, currency. Everything starts with the root cause, all of it. Right? So taking a step back from all that allows one to progress forward with what they have through their experiences in life. And there's no mistakes, not at a quantum level, or more accurately and particularly, a quintessential level, right? People love to quantify things, but quintessential is beyond quantum. Quantum. So in the fixed realm of possibilities and in time, there's fixed moments and there's soul contracts. So everything happens perfectly in due time, how it's meant to play out in this reality. The fifth is important five, right? Phi, the golden ratio, the golden rule. Gold, again, dragon, right? Anyways, so I said more people should be homeless. Gives them the time to really correct and just take a look at the choices they've made and change change things, right? Change the only constant in the entire universe. That's what I said. The thought came to me this morning, or energy came to me at the one song by Rihanna, and I put that on, set the mood right. It's important to start the day properly. Take a cold shower, hot shower, right? And then finish it off with a cold shower. Cold showers awaken your sympathetic nervous system and activate your vagus nerve. Vagus is connected to all organs, and your health is important. Your health is so important. Who's going to look after it better than you, right? Who? Who? Who do you an owl? Yes. Well, why are owls important? They can almost spin their head 180 degrees. Look after your health. It's important. A lot of people, we're in a hopeless place, right? And it's because of the solutions, because of the hope, because nothing can stop what's coming. Because biblical prophecy is biblical for a reason. It is prophetic. It's written in the stars. It can't be stopped. It can be delayed, but it cannot be stopped. It's a fixed moment in time. Like the Atom Project, in the movie The Atom Project, talk about all this. It's fixed. It's a known. How do you think the Hopis and the Essenes and all of these wise people from the past were able to dial in to the Akashics? Because it's known. It will never be stopped. It's going to come to fruition, right? Now, let's talk about the land flowing with milk and honey. It's in the Bible, and it's linked to heaven. we go from hell to heaven. There's one of Jesus' teachings actually that hell, where he never taught it as a place of permanent suffering. There's no such thing as permanent not with change, right? And judging. We judge ourselves through the actions and how we treat others. How we treat others is a reflection of internally how we think and feel and treat ourselves. Jesus, Yahushua ben Yosef, taught it as a place where the garbage or the nonsense, the part that no longer serves our truest, full, future, best self's potential, where it goes to get incinerated, burned up, purified. It's the purification process. That is what hell is. You have to go through it. That's why Jesus went to Hades when he was in hell. Right? It's interesting. Land flowing with milk and honey. Right? And why is this? Well, because your endocrine system, which endocrine is defined as secreting internally, uh, your endocrine system or your pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is known as the master gland because the hormones that it secretes control most of the other endocrine system, right? Have honey before bed. Raw, unpasteurized, pure honey is the best. Creamed or liquid is your choice, but sleep is an active and energy-driven action. Going to sleep with a depleted liver releases stress hormones. You need to supply your body, your liver, with the glycogen store so the honey can optimize your body's metabolism. I love decoding. Well, what's more important though? Decoding or creating? We're co-creators, right? You can only decode what has already been created, which is why Q comes from the German word quell. It's the creator who creates the creation, right? One night this came to me. I had to write it down, right? Uh, so they, the religious establishment, taught that the way to heaven is through a man. Amen. Now follow me on this. The way to heaven is a short and narrow path. Correct. They taught you to pray, to seek externally, to ask for an external entity to allow you to have the life, right? You're giving your power away to something outside of yourself. There's the esoteric, which is the inner knowledge, and then there's the exoteric, right? Externally. To do that, it's part of one's path that he shows it. All is known and predetermined, right? Soul contracts, right? So that everyone has a different path that they have to follow. Some choose religion and some awaken from it, right? Everything evolves and everything is necessary. Everything is necessary. That's an extenuating circumstance, as I like to call it, right? The short and narrow path taught you to pray. Why did they turn you into prey, right? Alien versus predictor. Predictor. They can control you when they can predict your behavior and your energy and control your thoughts. Thinking is not the most important, as I said with the skeptic metaphysician. And I got this from a friend of mine, actually. Protecting and preserving your energy is because everything is energy and everything is connected. right? Mhm. So let's dive deeper into this. Ammon is also pronounced as Amen. It's the Egyptian sun god. Ammon, also Amon, Ammon, Amun, or Amun dash Ra, right? Ra's law of one, the ancient Egyptian god of the sun and the air. He is one of the most important gods of ancient Egypt, who rose to prominence at Thebes at the beginning of the period of the New Kingdom between 1570 and 1069 BCE. His cult was the most powerful, popular in Egyptian for centuries. Now, the optic thalamus was known as the light of the world by the Egyptians and the Greeks. It's also known as the throne of God. Okay, now this gets deeper because the fornix is an organ connected to the pineal gland, Pinocchio, pine, cone, ocular, vision, right? By an attachment known as the stria pinealis, meaning straight line to the pineal. Esoterically, this has been linked to the straight and narrow way that leads to heaven. Amen, we've been taught that it means let it be so. Right? There's power when we speak things into existence. Remember earlier, I mentioned that sound creates light. It's permutations in the ether, projections that affect all energy around you. If all is connected, then there's no limitations. In the speed of light, we've known that it's incorrect. You can't measure something that is constant because there's no beginning and there's no end. Right? The fornix folds over and it's connected to the four Amen, the commune and Terius. Biblically, Jesus described himself as the Amen, the faithful and true witness. Revelations 3:14, 3.14, right? Hi. Hmm. It's funny how that mirrors perfectly. And Amen is used at the end of our prayers. So as to say thank you and affirm our faith that God will respond. Because the universe always responds. Everything comes back. Right? Sometimes it takes longer, right? Because there is a delay. Sometimes God makes people wait, but it is always returned. Cause and effect, causality, the law of karma, consequential energy. Attitude is everything. There's an interesting parallel here. Amen is Jesus, and Jesus in French literally means I am. It's the creation state, right? Jesus, Zeus, is in Greek mythology linked to Jupiter, planet of abundance, funnily. So, connection between spirit and matter in the foramen. Foramen arc connects the brain hemispheres. This comes from page 69, The God Design, Secrets of the Mind, Body, and Soul by Kelly Marie Kerr. So, thought that was rather important. I just want to get the information out and share it. So, I love all my weird, crazy, and eccentric friends. Uh, Sometimes it feels like my life is like a movie. Um, there's a reason that I wear this. It's the Templar ring, and it's a cross, right? Materialize the spiritual and spiritualize the material. The Templar stood for freedom, truth, balance, and service. The four corners of the world, right? The original sovereigns, the original bankers. Yeah. It's interesting. It honestly acceptance has a way of humbling and bringing peace internally because Frank said to me one time, and I'll be able to fully release more as we progress through this journey. Francisco Portello, he said once, Steve, most people aren't on your level, like no one is. No, I'm not anyone special. I was born at a particular time for a particular purpose. Everyone has their purpose. He said, Steve, most people aren't on your level, like no one is. And I had to capture that. It was powerful. And I felt it. He's got an energy about him that you can see. He can see things. That's the nature of being an empath. And another friend said to me, thank you for everything that you're doing, Steve. I didn't do this for the money. I did it because people have a right to have access to the best solutions possible. And that's why I chose to create this. And the hardships, all of it was chosen. The struggles, the trauma, rewiring, and having to go through all of that pain and that agony, bringing that emotion to the surface, stepping into power, realizing destiny, and using that to bless others. I said at the beginning this would be an emotional talk. I said that at the beginning. Right. Eventually, I'm going to do a talk called Mushrooms Saved My Life and another one from Hell to Heaven. Stargazers are a very powerful strain, releasing certain information. They were grown at, they were found the foothills of the Andes mountain that Jesus gave his famous Sermon on the Mount. Attract passion. You attract. Don't chase. The law of attraction is the fourth universal law, correct? Yes, it is. Attract passion. He said on his channel, power without wisdom becomes a curse. Pride cometh before the fall. Arrogant spirit will be the end, temporarily. But once you rise up through that, through the root to the 144, through the crown, spontaneous healing is now possible. When you open up and you can allow energy in, but that is earned. That energy is earned, right? Arrogance is an energy. All things are necessary. There's a time for everything. There's a time for every energy. There's a time, right? Everyone comes into your life for a reason, season, a blessing, or a lesson. Sometimes combination, and other times not, right? Bushido code. Bushido is a moral concerning samurai attitudes, behavior, and lifestyle formalized in the Edo period. There are multiple types of Bushido which evolved significantly through history. Contemporary forms of Bushido are still used in the social and economic organization of Japan. Bushido code wisdom. Honor may not win you power, but it wins respect, and respect earns power. The limitations of a man's soul is tested before his work ethic is seen. Right? The land flowing with milk and honey. The land flowing with milk and honey. So keep going. Keep going. Because just when you think your story's over, it's just beginning. So keep going. Keep going. Ah, there we go. Ah, you never know who you can inspire. You never know. Act righteously. Live in the moment. Forgive those who you feel caused harm or wrong. And have no regrets. Have no regrets. You know, I started reading, I started with Keep Going, The Art of Perseverance. And I picked it up at a little library here. At a little mailbox that's in Guelph, in the Royal City. Take a book, leave a book, right? John McCrae house. And the Lakota have a vision that transcends the ages, and Joseph Marshall delivers it with grace and power. Marianne Williamson. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. So I started with that, and then I tried to get into Alan Watts, Two Hands of God. But the language was so intricate, and so elaborate, very fancy words that anyone who studies etymology, the history and origins of linguistics and language, having to look up the definition of the words, not knowing what they mean, especially with brain fog and the, the journey and the wonderful aspects of consciousness healing. Looking back, hindsight's 2020, right? Couldn't get into that one. Then I got into the rich man. Couldn't get into that one either. All in due time. All in due time, right? So take everything for the lesson and the blessing that is meant to be. Don't rush the process. Let it unfold organically. And it's quite amazing. It's quite amazing how everything just unfolds exactly how it is supposed to. It unfolds exactly as it is supposed to. And the Guardians, right? Guardians of the Galaxy. I've said before that I don't watch movies for their entertainment value. Yes, sometimes that's necessary, 100%, absolutely, right? But as an intellectualist, ruling planet being Mercury, I love intelligence. Now, some things transcend intelligence, right? The journey, right? Steps, Jacob's ladder, steps to heaven. Guardians of the Galaxy, Space Force, cybersecurity. A friend said to me, Steve, if you're going to do what you're going to do, you need Space Force, right? Who are the Guardians? Protectors. They made entire movies about this. The military industrial concept. Complex. Military industrial complex. Sometimes you have to laugh at yourself, right? Epigenetics. That was the third thing. There we go. Time's not linear, right? So appreciate it. Epigenetics, neuroplasticity, and quantum physics. That was the third thing. That was the third thing, right? Live humbly, live simply. And the future's golden. The future is golden. So I think that's all for now. I think that's all for now. Thank you for listening, hearing my thoughts, and be excited. Be excited for this energy that's coming. Be excited. Get emotion. Right? Cry if you have to. Release. Step into your power. Embody your calling. Your name holds power. Everyone has different purpose, and we are all connected, right? Another thing in the Bushido Code wisdom was that be careful of labeling something as good or bad. When you label it, you negate its power to teach you the lesson from going through that experience, right? Victims, the victim mentality can be dangerous. It's still part of that journey and that lesson that turns it into it.
They show you certain things that they want people to manifest, and based off which dimension we're viewing it from determines the collective timeline, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they put the information out there. They don't tell you what to do with it, though.
Yeah.
They understand how consciousness works. Manifestation, yeah. The consciousness manifesto is what I call it. It's pretty powerful stuff.
About a lot.